Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be talking about the heat maps in Tableau. Heat maps are a compelling and intuitive data visualization tool in Tableau that allows us to reveal the complex patterns and trends within our dataset. By representing the data using a color spectrum, heat maps can offer a visual shorthand, quickly grasp the distribution of information, identify the outliers, and make some informed decisions. Here is a deeper look into the theory and utility of heat maps. The first one is to understand the basics of heat maps. At its core, a heat map is a grid of matrix where each cell represents a data point or value. The color of each cell is determined by the magnitude of that value, with different color corresponding to different ranges. This color-based representation makes it easy to spot trends, outliers, and concentration of data points. Now, when we are talking about the color encoding, the choice of colors is crucial in heat maps. Typically, a gradient of color is used with lighter shades indicating the lower values and darker shades representing the higher values. The color scale can be customized to suit the specific data set and insights we want to emphasize on. If we are using the heat maps for different types of data, heat maps can be versatile and can be applied to various data types. They are commonly used for visualizing the correlations in metrics, tracking changes in time series data, or analyzing geographic data by representing the regions with colors. When we are doing the heat maps, we can also apply some drill down feature. One of the key advantage of using heat maps in the Tableau is its interactivity they offer. By allowing users to use a drill down into the data, in which we can try to explore the details and filter the specific dimensions. Heat maps can produce a dynamic way to engage with complex data. The next point is the identifying trends and anomalies. Heat maps make it easier to spot trends and anomalies. High contrast colors draw attention to significant values, while uniform colors suggest a lack of variation. This ability to quickly identify patterns is invaluable for data analysis. If we are talking about the applications in various kind of industries, heat maps find application in every kind of industry. In finance, they can highlight the market trends. In healthcare, they can showcase the disease outbreaks. In sales, they can reveal the customer preferences. The adaptability of heat maps make them a valuable tool in diverse sector. So let's go to the Tableau screen and see how we can make. So I'm in my Tableau screen, and the second option in show me menu is for the heat maps. To create a heat map, we need one or more dimensions and one or two measures. So let's see how we can make it. Let's say this time also I'm taking subcategory and sales. So I'll double click on subcategory and double click on sales. But instead of viewing the data in the text table, I'll choose the heat map from the show me menu. And this would create a heat map form. Now, this heat map is showing you different color blocks. Over here, color is same, but the size of the block is different over here. If you can see, each block is having different size, and this size is based upon the sum of sales. And if you want to look at what is the exact value of this block, you can take the help of the labels. By going to the labels, you can click on show marks labels, and it can also be seen on the right hand side with the help of these legends. So these legends are showing you as the size of the block is increasing, the sales is also increasing. The lowest one is showing the sales of 73,404, while the highest one is showing the value of 17,06,820. If you want to look at the labels correctly, you can go in the standard option, and here you can choose to fit in the entire height and then entire width also. So let's make it entire view only. So you can see the text over here, right side. So this particular block is showing the value of 7,49,237. And similarly, as you go down, the size of this block will increase and decrease. And it is not quite good to see it this way. So what I'll do is either I make it in the ascending way or the descending way, whichever is suitable for you. So to do that, I have sorted this using this ascending icon, and I can also sort this using the descending icon. And this would sort my blocks in the descending. Now I don't require this legend over here because I'm only having this text over here, and the different block sizes are showing me different things. If you want to add another kind of measure, what you can do is you can try to drag different measures. Like I want to drag profit in the colors. So if you drag this profit in the colors, you can see that accessories over here is giving you some loss. Now, how do I know it? I know it because on the right hand side, you can see there is a legend. This legend is showing you the different color coordinates. Over here, the orange one is showing you that it is incurring some loss, whereas as it gets some darker shade, it is showing you some profit. So I can easily say that Copiers is making a good amount of profit because it is dark in color, while the one colors which are light, they are not making too much profit and they are also not making loss. So here the different colors are giving you different kind of results based on the profit. Now this was one of the way to create a heat map. Let's look at the another way of creating heat map. Let's say I don't want to take the help of this show me menu to create a heat map. How would I make it with the help of these canvas elements? So let me clean this sheet. This time I'm again taking the subcategory, and for profit, I'll drag this profit into the size option. As I drag it in the size option, you can see it has created a heat map. Now this heat map is depicting some value, which is the profit, and the profit is based on this size of this block. In the previous heat map, when we are looking at it, it was showing you different color palettes. And based on that color palette, it was easier to that what is the loss making subcategory. But here, since all these are different in size, I can just say that it is making less profit. It is not giving me exact trend. If I have to see the exact trend, I have to look at the legend over here. And this would be very bad to look at. So what you can do is you can put it in the color instead of this particular block. So what if I just put it in the color also? Now you can see it is giving me a different shade of color. And this way, what I can do is I can create a heat map as well as I can apply a color code for the same kind of measure. Next, what I'll do is I'll create a heat map for different dimensions. Let's say I want to see how different subcategories performing in different regions. For that, what I'll do is I'll double click on this subcategory. I'll double click on this region also, and I'll choose the sales as the size. And you can see it has created a heat map. Now, what if you want to see a different kind of measure and how it is behaving with this heat map? Let's first try to fit this whole into this canvas. So I choose the entire view option so it can fit the whole data in the entire view. And over here, I drag this profit in the colors. As I do it, you can see the different color coordinates applied to different kind of values over here. If you want to increase the size of these blocks, while these blocks are too small to view, what you can do is you can go in the size option. As you increase the size of every block would be increased over here. The relative size would be increased. So let's say the smallest is becoming a little bigger, the bigger one would be becoming more bigger. So here I can adjust the size also. And now you can easily identify that in the south region, the tables are not doing so good, and also in the central region. But if we talk about the EMEA region, it is neither making the profit nor the loss. So with the help of these color coordinates and the different sizes, I can easily identify the trends, the outliers in my visualization, which would help me for making some good decisions. So this was all for heat map. We'll be meeting in the next session where we will be talking about the highlightings. Thank you.